Welcome back to our podcast, Lumos, sharing the love with Lindsay and Lillian. I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Lillian. And today we are going to analyze Slytherin House, if you couldn't tell with the shirt.
Which a house
and I conveniently have a poster in the back. So today it's featuring me because I'm the Slytherin.
Basically,
so,
yeah.
And you're unacquainted with Slytherin
I
House.
would never be sorted into Slytherin. That's my last resort.
Yeah. Okay, anyway. So, since I did all the research with this one, because it's my house, essentially. Yeah. Though it's not, but we'll get into that later, because we are going to talk about it.
Yeah.
I found the research quite interesting. And to make sure that I kept it all to detail and didn't, lose some of the translation and, summary, I have lots of quotes for today. And yes, we are citing your information because of, citations.
Yes, because
don't want to get in trouble.
Put that down, worked hard on that to make sure it's correct and stuff.
So, you're going to go first.
So I can start with the founder, which is, conveniently, Salazar Slytherin.
Yes.
And he was kind of an interesting dude, because he was like, only purebloods I'm going to teach. And that's kind of bad. Yeah. And then, so colors is green and silver. So, this is really something kind of funny. So, you know how Gryffindors basically always get first place? We win.
Oh, the yellow.
Slytherin.
Yeah.
You know how gold is that's kind of the color. And then silver is second place. And then their animal or their mascot is a serpent, which is really cool, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Because they're very conniving and slithering and ambitious things. Slytherins are. And then their element is water.
Which sounds super pure, but they're not.
No, it's
really.
some black water.
Oh, and in the last podcast, we pointed over there to these cute people over there. It's all the same person. He's a Slytherin. He's a Slytherin. It's so obvious. Anyway, their traits, they are resourceful, cunning, ambitious, determined. They're good leaders. Self-preservation is a big thing to them.
Mm-hmm.
Fraternity, small groups of friends, which I agree with. Because I'm an introvert. And lineage. They really care about their lineage, and I actually like learning about
it's really interesting.
My lineage. The heads of the house.
Oh, yeah, I was
were
what?
Salazar Slytherin, Severus Snape, and Horace Slughorn. I don't know who it is after that. I feel like Draco Malfoy would just turn up and be I'm the head of Slytherin.
I think that would be funny if he did. That would be really funny if Draco's hey, nope, I'm head of Slytherin now.
Yeah, okay. And then the house ghost is the Bloody Baron. So here is a short story on him.
Oh.
He was a hot-tempered lord and squire who remorsefully killed his... I think I spelled something wrong.
Oh, goodness. It's a really sad story.
Remorsefully killed someone...
For the woman he loved.
Well...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
In a fit of rage when she was refused to come home from Albania with him, leaving his clothes stained with her blood. So he killed... No, he killed...
No, he accidentally killed her.
He killed himself for inadvertently killing the woman he loved.
Yeah, and then he also wore chains, didn't he?
Something like that. And then it was... Wasn't it Helena...
It was Helena.
Helena Ravenclaw that he was in love with?
Yeah, because that's Rowena Ravenclaw's
daughter. And Helena Ravenclaw is also the ghost for Ravenclaw.
Oh, yeah, and we're going to talk more about her, because her story's connected to his, and it's,
Obviously.
really, really sad.
It's so sad. Yes, anyway. So, so he killed himself because he killed her on accident.
We're going to talk about their common room. I don't really like the common room.
I kind of do.
So it's in the dungeons. A very Slytherin thing. Very much so.
Put that down a little bit. It's glaring in my face.
Okay, so the Slytherin common room is in the dungeons of Hogwarts Castle and underneath the Black Lake.
Oh, this is a quote also.
They're so extra. Oh, yeah. Because of this, the light in the common room is green. I'm not a big fan of the color green, actually.
I like lime green, but I know that's not their color, so...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really
I look
like
good
it.
in this color, though.
I like that color, yeah.
So...
And then another quote. Oh, goodness.
Quote. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Into the common room, one must merely speak aloud the current password in front of a stretch of damp stone wall. Once the word is uttered, a concealed stone door will slide aside, leaving a rectangular hole in the wall leading to the Slytherin common room. The only non-Slytherin password is pureblood, used in 1992. Yes, and it's very green and damp, and I don't think I would like it.
Yeah, I think I would like it because it's dark and depressing.
Okay, but it's kind of like, there's just how extra they are. They're like, Salazar Slytherin was like, no, I'm going to build our common room under the lake. Like, I'm so cool. Look at me, guys.
Okay, some members are Tom Riddle, Lucius Malfoy, Narcissa Malfoy, Draco Malfoy, Astoria Greengrass, all the Death Eaters, Pansy Parkinson, Regulus Black, all the Lestranges, Severus Snape, Dolores Umbridge was a Slytherin. I found that interesting because I didn't know what house she was in.
I was thinking she would be.
Obviously, that makes sense. I never even questioned what house she'd be in. Like, I didn't even think of it for whatever reason. I don't know. Andromeda Tonks and Lita Lestrange.
Which is more in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah, we're gonna talk more about Lita later.
Yeah.
Rivalry. Slytherin versus Gryffindor in Quidditch in the House Cup. Slytherin won both cups for 7 years in a row before Harry Potter came to Hogwarts. Mm-hmm. And then Slytherin hated Gryffindors even more because the Gryffindors kept winning all, like, the House Cups and Quidditch Cups. Slytherin and Gryffindors are not usually friendly to one another and are more attuned to animosity towards each other.
Mm-hmm. And you see that with Draco and Harry.
Right. You stole my note. No Slytherins joined the DA, but that was probably Hermione, Ron, and Harry's fault, since they only invited people they trusted. Boo on them, okay? And they showed a deep mistrust of Slytherins. Don't underestimate Slytherin.
No,
okay,
please
guys?
don't.
One noticeable rivalry, that you already said, is that Hermione, Ron, Harry versus Draco. Okay?
Well, it's Hermione, Ron, Harry versus Draco, Crabbe and Goyle.
Yes, yeah. Alright.
And Pansy.
Coming up.
Slytherin's relationships with Hufflepuffs and Ravenclaws are valuable. By the time of Harry Potter's years at Hogwarts, both houses were frustrated at Slytherin's 7-year winning streak and readily supported Gryffindor in their efforts to break it, to the extent that they even turned against Harry and his friends when their rule-breaking cost Slytherin 150 points. With Slytherin rubbing it in with every opportunity, this persisted generally with Quidditch matches, where Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff supported Gryffindor by default if they were facing Slytherin, which is pretty interesting. I don't know. I think Slytherin's like a really cool house. I think I'd probably support the Slytherins because I think I'd get annoyed by the Gryffindors being like showing off. Yeah, I'd probably, if I had to choose, well, if I didn't have any friends in Slytherin or Gryffindor, I'd probably support Slytherin.
All the Gryffindors we even like hear about in Harry Potter are like a bunch of show-offs.
Well, I love some of them, but like it's so annoying.
I know.
Yeah,
yes. Except Fred and George, they're not annoying.
They're amazing. I'd totally cheer for them. Slytherins, Ravenclaws, and Hufflepuffs all cheered on Cedric Diggory as the real Hogwarts Triwizard Tournament champion. Because, so what happened was Harry got also chosen. They're like, what? Harry gets chosen for everything, blah, blah, blah. And they all backed Hufflepuff for this. And even Slytherins did. Draco was like, I don't like Harry, I'm going to support Cedric, even though he's like, Hufflepuffs suck.
Right.
Let's see. Draco still has said that, and I still love him, even though I'm messed up, I know.
Okay.
And then, Slytherins may have done this like Hufflepuff out of spite for Harry rather than support for Cedric. After Cedric's death, because he dies, I hope everyone knows, which is really sad. Some Slytherins toasted his memory, but others were not saddened by his death.
Yep. Alrighty, so, reputation. Quote, many Slytherin students tend to click together, often acquiring leaders, which further exemplifies Slytherin's ambitious qualities. An example would be Draco's gang and the Death Eaters, right, obviously. Salazar Slytherin valued pureblood students. The house is well known for creating dark witches and wizards. Some even say that all the dark wizards come from Slytherin, which isn't true, because Peter Pettigrew was a Gryffindor and Professor Quirrell was a Ravenclaw. Mm-hmm. That reputation has led to an ironic prejudice against the entire house. And even though I'm almost a Slytherin and my wand
They're such a cool house.
Hang on, and my wand is easiest to turn to the dark arts, I'm not a Death Eater. I'm not a dark wizard. I'm perfectly.
You said you wanted to get the dark part tattooed.
Yeah, because it's a cool tattoo. Some Slytherins did oppose the use of the dark arts, as well as discrimination based on blood purity. Examples: Horace Slughorn, he was a good Slytherin. Andromeda Tonks, who married a Muggleborn. Alright? Lita Lestrange, quote, was quite different from the majority of her family with her kind, albeit self-depreciating and bitter. Her kind personality, her love for both Newt Scamander and Theseus Scamander, her career ambition without ruthlessness, and her self-sacrificing bravery in the face of Gellert Grindelwald. So Lita Lestrange was not your average Slytherin.
She's so cool.
She was, like, brave, almost. She was similar to, like, a Gryffindor, but since she was sorted into Slytherin, she didn't, like, believe in the whole blood purity thing, which was great.
And she's a Lestrange.
Yeah. And Snape's allegiance was actually to Dumbledore, who served as a triple agent for the Order of the Phoenix. So,
yeah.
Not all Slytherins were bad, guys.
Snape is kind of, like, iffy with me. Like, I love him, but he's also done some bad things, you know?
Right.
Okay. Let's continue. It might be possible, though quite unlikely, that the Sorting Hat simply sorts anyone with ill intentions into Slytherin, regardless of whether they possess cunning and ambition, which helped to unfairly give this house a bad name. I love this. Crabbe and Goyle were incredibly stupid and not clever or cunning, but that's a whole other story. Let's say, if you think about it, maybe if Crabbe and Goyle, I don't know, I think they honestly would maybe be sorted just in the Hufflepuff, not because they're Hufflepuff qualities, but they don't fit anywhere else.
Yeah.
But they're pure blood. So, and then their family are Slytherins, you know, so they got sorted into Slytherin, which, oh my gosh, I don't like them at all. Okay, and then Pettigrew, so Peter Pettigrew was a Gryffindor for his chivalry.
For his chivalry.
Thank you. Okay. Not for his bravery. Though he could have been Slytherin. Easily could have been, because he totally just basically got his friends killed. Why? Just no. Okay, the traits of the house are considered obvious examples of people turning toward an ill purpose, such as cunning and ambition, but these are not inherently negative. Furthermore, traits from the rest of the houses, such as daring, intelligence, and loyalty, can also easily be seen as negative. So, like, some of these traits can be seen as negative, but they're very similar to some others in, like, the other houses, which are seen as positive. And then self-preservation is the idea that many of them seem to value for their own lives and more than the lives of others.
Yes. So, examples against everything Lindsay just read is Severus Snape, though he's an iffy character, and Regulus Black, who gave his life in an attempt to destroy one of the Horcruxes and told his house elf creature to save himself and leave. So I really like Regulus Black. I always have liked that, just his character. We don't know too much. We don't know much about him, right? But we know that he wasn't the average Slytherin. He wasn't a dark wizard. He didn't like dark wizardry, and he wasn't really like a self-preserving human. He told his house elf to save himself, and then he killed himself almost, probably, in the process of trying to destroy Horcrux, which ended up not even working, but he still...
And he was, like, before all this was found out, he was, like, really given a bad rap for being a black.
Right. Yeah, but he was a good person. He stayed good through all the negativity, which we can all learn something from that. So, even though most dark wizards are Slytherin, many members of Slytherin House do not have dark leanings and are even kind and accepting, except the Death Eaters, of course.
Which lets them are.
During the Battle of Hogwarts, while all of the Slytherin students left the school before the fighting started, several of them did return with Professor Slughorn as reinforcements to fight against Voldemort, and some decided to fight as part of Dumbledore's army. So, not all Slytherins are bad. I, for one, if I had been a Slytherin, would not have been fighting against Hogwarts. I would have been fighting with them because... Yeah. Yes, alright. Fun facts.
Yeah, I love fun facts. Okay, Slytherin corresponds roughly with the element of water, due to serpents being commonly associated with the sea and it's how you say it, Sorry. Lox. In Western European mythology, as well as serpents being physically fluid and flexible animals, which Slytherins are. The colors are also correspond with waters around lakes, and often being green. Silver often being associated with gray rainwater.
Yep. Alright. Merlin was also a Slytherin, who was a member of King Arthur's court, advocate of Muggle rights, and arguably the most famous wizard in history. So he wasn't a bad person. I mean, he was an advocate of Muggle rights.
Hear that?
He was a good Slytherin, okay, everyone? Stop your prejudice that Slytherins are bad. They're not all bad. Merlin wasn't, okay. Elizabeth Burke, she was bad, but I thought that it was essential to point out that she was a Slytherin and also headmistress of Hogwarts. Because, I mean, she's a Slytherin as a headmistress. But her portrait now tells Slytherins to be nasty to mudbloods. So, quotes.
Lovely.
Or perhaps in Slytherin you'll make your real friends. Those cunning folks use any means to achieve their ends. And that's the Sorting Hat.
Yeah.
Which is like
I love the Sorting Hat.
the only quote that we have from them.
Yeah.
So now we're going to do
Bingo!
Slytherin Bingo. How Slytherin are we, Lindsay?
You're very Slytherin.
Yeah. No, that's wrong. Let's go this. Yep. I'm struggling. Okay, so loves red lipstick. Haha.
No.
No. Sarcasm.
Chapstick.
Absolutely. Sarcasm is for real.
Yeah. Okay, this is really funny. When I'm sarcastic, most of the time people don't catch it. They're like, what?
I get your sarcasm.
You do more. But, like, other people don't. They're like, what? Because I'm normally not sarcastic.
Okay, but sarcasm.
I'm bad at being sarcastic, but I am.
Do you want to check the sarcastic box for yourself or
What
not?
do you think?
Yes, I think
Okay.
so. Very few but very close friends.
Yes.
Yeah. Horror movies. Uh-huh. No. Family is everything?
Yes.
It should be. Favorite season is spring.
No.
No.
Gross. I don't like spring.
I like spring.
I don't.
Leather jackets.
No.
Jean jackets, does those count?
No.
Always sipping on tea. Yep.
It's tea or coffee.
Doesn't do what other people say.
Yes! I don't listen to people. It's awful.
Tradition.
No, not really.
I really like tradition. I like having, but I also really like spontaneousness.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna just mark tradition because I do like it. Quality over quantity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Turtleneck sweaters.
No.
Keeps track of everything somehow.
Yes, I'm a very messy organizer, but I know where everything is.
Benefits, benefits, benefits.
No, not really.
I think I do that sometimes on accident. Saturday is better than Friday. No.
Yeah.
Friday's better.
Because you had to go to school.
But it's the last day of the week, though.
No.
Saturday means you're getting closer to Monday.
Saturday is better than Friday.
Mark it just for you. Sucker for luxury brands.
No.
I've never owned a luxury brand, so I wouldn't know.
I've had, like... Okay, the most luxury brand I have is a... Well, I kind of regret it a little. I bought $100 leggings from Lululemon. That's the most luxurious thing I have.
Okay.
Which is kind of crazy.
In love with 10 people at the same time. Yes,
Yes,
it's all
fictional
called
characters.
fictional characters. All of them. I'm married to, like, half the books I read, okay? White lies are totally okay!
Yes. Yes.
You say yes?
Yes,
I'm
I
gonna
do.
mark that for you, then. Actually enjoys traveling by plane.
Yes, I love flying. I want to fly again.
I've only been in an airplane once, and it was, like, one of those little tiny planes, but I was just, like, swaying the whole time. So I think I need a better experience. Watches the news show as often as possible.
No.
No. Gems are so aesthetic.
What is
Gems?
No.
Spicy food.
Yes. It looks like I'm more Slytherin in here.
Bottles emotions up.
No.
Yep. Favorite color is green. Yep. Keeps a lot of secrets.
Yes.
I feel like if you're more Slytherin than you are Hufflepuff, I'm gonna be scared, okay? Alright, so Lindsay is doing blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ooh.
Okay.
It's 2.
2 off.
2.
Yeah, this isn't... Okay, this is not really by, like, traits of what you value. It's more, like, little things you have to do, which is more common. So this is not, like, really accurate,
So
but it's kind of fun.
13 out of 25.
Yeah.
That's you. And me, out of 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm 15 out of 25. So I'm very still.
It's just kind of fun to look at. Yeah.
It is really. Next time we do it, though. On the Ravenclaw ones.
We're very...
Spoiler, I get all 25 of them.
I'm
It's
really
just-
close to all 25 of them, I think.
Okay, so we did that, which we will link below. But now we need to go over my problem. Okay? My Slytherin versus Ravenclaw. So, I have taken the Pottermore quiz twice. Okay, twice. I got Ravenclaw both times. But because you wanted to see if I was actually Slytherin, and I wanted to know too. But the fact that I took it a second time is kind of Slytherin anyway.
It is.
But then I figured out that I would be Ravenclaw only because I was so curious about why I wasn't a Slytherin.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was texting you, I was like, but why am I not Slytherin, though? And then, like, that in itself was being Ravenclaw.
Yeah. You're, like, very curious.
But I took it twice, right? I have gone over, like, the traits and everything, and, like, I'm so Slytherin. It's, like, unbelievable.
Yeah. Can we go back up to the traits so I can talk about why I'm not a Slytherin?
Okay, let's do why you're... No, let's finish my problem, okay? My problem. I'm a Slytherin because I am a sorcerer. I have a little bit of ingenuity, but that also might be a Ravenclaw thing. So I just call myself a Slytherclaw because it's just easier. Okay? Cunning, ambition, determination. Well, I mean, like, I'm determined. I have, like, a lot of goals in my life. Anyway, I lead by example. Good leader. When I don't have to talk to people. I don't really do the self-preservation thing. I don't think that I should just run away from something and not save anyone, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Fraternity is wonderful. I don't like big groups of people. That's just not my thing. I am an introvert, okay? Just whatever. And a lineage. I do care about who I am descended from. Because it's cool. Vikings, apparently. I don't know if it's actually true. But yes. Anyway, so I have a lot of these like Slytherin traits, and you and I have actually decided that since I'm so close, because I was being sarcastic, right?
Yeah, you're very sarcastic.
And you were like, you're being Slytherin, and then like some of the things that I do anyway are just like Slytherin things.
Okay, so
I'm not done yet.
But about the sorting house.
So you and I were talking.
Yes.
And we thought that if it came down, like if I was actually being sorted by the sorting hat,
you would be able to choose.
It would come down to a choice because I'm, like, so close on both of them. Mm-hmm. Either it would come down to a choice or it would be that I'm, like, a muggle-born and I can't get into Slytherin. But we decided that it would come down to a choice because I'm so close on both of them. And I would choose Slytherin. Okay, guys.
No, honestly, if I were you, I would purely choose Slytherin out of the thing of not wanting to, like, answer a question or a riddle every single time to get into the common room.
Honestly,
that's how I would decide it off. Like, that's why I'd, like, if I had to choose, I would not choose Ravenclaw just because of that. Because that would be so
I would be locked out so many times. But anyway, that is why I am a Slytherin.
Yes.
Why are you not a Slytherin?
Okay, why am I? Let's see. I am not super of a resourceful person. I'm not cunning. I'm not, like, ambitious as in, like, I'm just gonna go for it. It's calculated and, what is a trait in Hufflepuff that's, I'm hardworking, but I'm not, like, ambitious. I'm not super determined. Okay, I like leadership. I'm a good leader. I'm not gonna be, like, determined to be a leader. But I think I'm a pretty good leader. I'm not all about self-preservation. I am with fraternity, because to Hufflepuff is, like, friends. Lots of friends. I don't want a lot of friends. So I'm more on the fraternity side. And I actually I love, like, lineage. Like, not even of my own family. It's fun to look at lineage. Yeah. So I'm not a Slytherin.
Yep.
Not cunning.
Right. Do we have any final thoughts?
Slytherin is the coolest house. Not the best house, the coolest house.
No, it is the best house. No, I'm biased.
It's the coolest house.
Okay, so we have one more episode in this Hogwarts House series. It's called Ravenclaw, which is featuring both of us, since we both know that house the best together. Yeah. We took out one series that we were going to have in this season.
We're going to have this series.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's going to be called You Are Special.
Yeah, it's a really good book.
So
I'll put it back later.
It's going to fall.
It's fine, it's just books.
No, like, it's happened multiple times. Like, it's going to fall.
Okay.
Alright. I think we got that figured out now. So yeah, we moved that to season 2 just because we're running behind on, like, some of the recording processes. Yeah. And school's gonna start soon, so we want to, like...
Not be stressed.
Yeah, so we have 3 more episodes we're gonna record, which we will do in a timely fashion, but those won't come out until, like, the end of September, so we're doing fine. And I think we're gonna switch uploading days to Friday. Because that's just going to be easier.
Everyone needs a good podcast
for editing. Yeah, because so many people watch this. They're just dying to see your next one. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed today's episode of Talking About Slytherin because it's like the best house. Go read our story on Wattpad. And if you all are wondering why my username is Ravendor, it's because Slitherclaw was taken. And if I wasn't in Slytherin or Ravenclaw, I would be in Gryffindor.
You would never get into Hufflepuff.
I would never get into Hufflepuff. It's just not in me. So then I just decided Ravendor because that was my second closest hybrid house. Mm-hmm. So that's
Follow
why.
us at Lumos Podcast.
Follow us on Instagram.
On Insta.
At Lumos Podcast.
Yeah.
And
lead with love, kindness, and compassion.
And in a world full of Umbridge, be a Fred and George.
Adios.